Okay, so if it's not a legal requirement, then why would we bother with sustainability? What are the benefits? Well, the first one is potential cost saving. Because if you were to look into environmentally friendly ways of doing things, potentially it could save you money. And for those of you that have done the tax units with myself, you would also know that there are tax advantages to getting things like energy saving equipment, energy saving cars, etc. So there is potential cost savings, but also tax advantages as well. Avoiding fines. So some pollution and waste you can get fined for. So the more you can avoid it, the more that you can avoid doing it, the less chance you've got of getting a fine. A short-term and a long-term gain in sales. Now, it seems strange to have both, but for some people, they will be very influenced by the fact that something is sustainable, or that you are promoting your sustainability. So, for example, the picture that I have attached on the lesson, like McDonald's are making it very clear on their lorries, we are trying to be sustainable. Andrex put it on their packaging that they are sustainable. The other thing is as the world gets more into things like this, it will hopefully help a long-term gain in sales. And it's also a really good way to enhance your PR and marketing, and a good strategy to use as well. Better risk management. So if you're looking at being sustainable, you are looking at your processes. So would you preempt a change in a regulation, or perhaps preempt a better way of doing something to start off with? I always think about things like the packaging, and if you think about crisps now, remember they used to come in them big bags, like little bags within a big bag, and now they've made them so they're really tightly packed, haven't they? As silly as that sounds, they have thought about their environmental effect there because they've reduced their packaging. Now, this sentence here is particularly interesting because this is saying directors have a duty to increase the wealth of the shareholders, because at the end of the day, that's what businesses are there for, to make a profit. Profit equals dividends, don't forget. Dividends go to shareholders. And some people would see that sustainability is conflicting with this, and you could see this from either angle. Sometimes being energy efficient and sending staff on training, etc., 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 does cost the business money. So yes, it is reducing their profits. However, as it says here, many would argue that it should result in a better performance in the long run. So controversial, should you just concentrate on making a profit, or should you see it as a bigger picture overall? How can the accountancy department then be more sustainable? So you've probably heard us talk about the paperless office. So how much paper do we actually need to use? So for example, textbooks now, for example, a lot of colleges are giving students an email version of a textbook, whereas obviously you guys have a paper one. Are they doing a better job by doing that? Is that more sustainable because we're not printing out all them textbooks? In the accountancy department, do you need to print all them reports out, or could you just save them and print them out when needed? Emailing invoices and statements to customers, and instead of posting them. So, saving you paper, but also saving postage. So there, potentially a money-making change, because you're saving the paper, the envelope, and also the postage costs. Also there, you could argue, is there less chance of it getting lost, and you can also prove that you've sent it. Energy usage for lights, machinery and heating. So some places obviously use solar power, Some places, so our college, for example, if somebody doesn't move in the room for a set amount of time, if the sensors aren't set off, the lights all turn off. The college has the heating, which is automatically set. Sustainable materials for the office furniture. So looking particularly for brands which have said that they are sustainable. And looking for things that last a while as well, so you're not having to produce waste. And the level of carbon dioxide produced within your company. The other thing as well is to think about, how do we transport things? So how are our deliveries done? How do our staff, if they get company cars, what are we promoting them to have? Are they having gas guzzling big cars, or are we promoting electric cars, which again there's tax efficiency too as well? What gets measured gets done, and this is because a lot of people now within their accounting are actually reporting about their sustainability as well. So not only now are they talking about their profit, they are thinking about the corporate social reporting as well, and saying about what they have done to be sustainable. So what we need to think about from a Synoptic point of view is, when we suggest a change within the accountancy department, for example, has this got any elements of sustainability, or has it got any ethical improvements or any ethical effects?